Hello there, I'm Janet. In this lesson, we are going to tackle an essay from Fathers of Nations by Paul B. Vitam. And the essay is: For Africa to grow economically and sustain herself, there must be goodwill from our leaders. Discuss the validity of this statement, basing your illustrations from Paul Vita's Fathers of Nations. Now, we are going to look at introduction, and we usually know that introduction is just generally a paragraph which is meant to show that you have really understood what the question demands of you, and it is often at times a paraphrase of the question and a highlight of at least two examples of the four ideas you are going to talk about in the body. Now, an introduction should be devoid of definition, or you should avoid rewriting the question in your introduction or our introduction. In Africa, the development of a country is mostly dependent on the kind of leader she has. A leader who has a goodwill is development conscious oriented or development oriented moves the citizen towards prosperity, while one that is complacent makes the citizens suffer. In the novel Fathers of Nations, African countries like Gambia are seen to be underdeveloped due to selfishness of their leaders. Our body. The leaders who are gathered in Gambia for Leaders Summit are seen to be unfaithful to development ideologies. In the meeting in the Gambia, it is evident from Minister Zinto's speech that the leaders have had such a summit before. President Naugora claims that he has heard Minister Zinto say that Way Omega echoes resolutions they have adopted before. He even notes that it baffles and puzzles him that Mr. Zinto is asking them to adopt the resolutions again. President Bagora is indicating that the leaders never effected the resolutions they passed before, and this makes them meet in a summit again at the expense of their countries. Another point: the leaders meet in the Gambia but are unwilling to embrace agreement for disagreement. Much as 49 heads of state had traveled to the Gambia to ratify the Way Omega, they did not anticipate the emergency of an alternative method, that is Path Alpha. However, Path Alpha is sneaked in by AGDA, the hosting president, who should have been the chair of the meeting, but he declines due to fear of offending his colleagues. When a decision has to be made on the two opinions, we see that the leaders have a bitter disagreement. President Dibonso even pulls out a pistol, and this is a clear indicator of the dictatorial tendencies in African leaders. To add to it, people must be left to work by themselves and their jobs should be respected. Demolitions must be avoided at all costs. It is, however, different in the Gambia. Due to the expectations of the visiting leaders, the citizens pay a massive price. This is in a bid by the Gambian leader to show the visitors that Gambia is fully developed. To achieve this, we are told, bulldozers are dispatched at night in a slum clearance exercise to demolish roadside kiosks on which whole families depend on. This is a clear indication that people's jobs are not respected. African countries are seen to be unfair to the educated people and those that deserve job opportunities. Professor Kimani, who is highly educated, is poorly remunerated to an extent that he cannot afford a good life for his wife and daughter. His wife is eventually snatched by a newborn Walomu, who is an MP, who is well endowed financially, even though he is not educated as Kimani. On the other hand, Engineer Tahir's dream of an independent Libya is thwarted when the president of Libya retracts on his commitment to support his group. Feast of Allah, the poor treatment of educated people leads to lack of development in African countries. Now, in conclusion, we write a paragraph that acts as the closure of the essay, and it is usually short, could be even a sentence or long. The paragraph should never be an extension of discussion of on the answer points that is on from your body. You could, however, highlight the other two examples that were not mentioned in the introduction. And our conclusion, it is evident that for a country to develop, its leaders need to support the functions that are crucial to the development. Thank you so much for watching this essay, and I hope it helps you improve on your English. Kindly remember to subscribe. You could also share this video.